Hello everyone, Jonathan Schlack, EASU-Weather here with a severe weather update for today. We have three slight risk areas today that I gotta tell you about. There's one up here that encompasses southwestern New York State, central and western Pennsylvania, northwestern Maryland, the very far extreme northwestern part of Virginia, northern West Virginia, central and eastern Ohio, I should say, and the very far extreme northeastern tip of Kentucky. We have another slight risk area that covers far southeastern Kansas, northeastern Oklahoma, southern Missouri, and far northwestern Arkansas. And we have a small slight risk area that covers far southeastern Colorado, far southwestern Kansas, the western part of the Panhandle of Oklahoma, far northwestern Texas, and far northeastern New Mexico. And zooming out, we have a marginal risk that covers southeastern Colorado, northeastern New Mexico, the northern Panhandle of Texas, the northern half of Oklahoma, southern Kansas, much of the southern half of Missouri, northern Arkansas, most of Illinois, well, central and southern Illinois, I should say, northern Tennessee, pretty much all of Kentucky, almost the entire state of Indiana, most of Michigan, a lot of Ohio, northern and western Virginia, a lot of West Virginia, Washington, D.C., a lot of Maryland, including the Baltimore area, northern Delaware, eastern Pennsylvania, and northern and western New Jersey. And the marginal that covers a lot of New York State, not including New York City. The marginal also covers the very far extreme western edge of Massachusetts and far western Vermont. So, and we have a tornado threat in the Mid-Atlantic today. There's a 5% chance of an isolated tornado today that covers east central Ohio, far north central West Virginia, the very far extreme southwestern edge of New York State, and central and western Pennsylvania. We have a 2% tornado risk that covers the eastern half of Ohio, northern West Virginia, north central Virginia, northwestern Maryland, parts of Pennsylvania, the far northwestern part of Pennsylvania, as well as parts of eastern Pennsylvania, southern New York State, and northwestern New Jersey. Going over to the wind aspect, we have a 15% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour or higher today that covers southwestern New York State, central and western Pennsylvania, northwestern Maryland, far north central Virginia, northern West Virginia, central and eastern Ohio, and the very far extreme northeastern edge of Kentucky. We also have a 15% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour or higher today that covers far southeastern Kansas, northeastern Oklahoma, far northwestern Arkansas, and southern Missouri. Going over here, we also have a 15% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour or higher that covers far southeastern Colorado, far southwestern Kansas, the western and Oklahoma Panhandle, far northwestern Texas, and far northeastern New Mexico. And we have a 5% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour or higher that covers southeastern Colorado, northeastern New Mexico, the northern Texas Panhandle, the northern half of Oklahoma, southern Kansas, northern Arkansas, a lot of central and southern Missouri, northern Tennessee, all of Kentucky pretty much, central and southern Illinois, almost the entire state of Indiana, I would say, most of Michigan pretty much, and parts of Ohio, as well as northern and western Virginia, the southern half of West Virginia, Washington, D.C., parts of Maryland, including Baltimore, northern Delaware, eastern Pennsylvania, northern and western New Jersey, a lot of New York State, which does not include New York City or Long Island. Oops, I just updated on me. The 5% chance also covers western Vermont, far western Vermont, and the far western edge of Massachusetts. So, going over to the hail, we have three areas where we have a 5% chance of hail 1 inch in diameter or larger. There's one that covers southeastern Colorado, northeastern New Mexico, far northwestern Texas, the western Panhandle of Oklahoma, and the very far extreme southwestern tip of Kansas. So, Going over here, we have another area where the 5% chance of hail 1 inch in diameter or larger that covers southeastern Kansas, northeastern Oklahoma, far northern Arkansas, southern half of Missouri, the very far extreme southwestern edge of Kentucky, central and the southern half of Illinois, a lot of Indiana, and the very far extreme northwestern tip of Ohio. And we also have a 5% chance of hail of 1 inch in diameter or larger that covers the very far extreme northeastern tip of Wisconsin and the northern half of Michigan, pretty much. So, going over to the summary, damaging thunderstorm gusts and a few tornadoes appear possible today over parts of the lower Great Lakes, upper Ohio Valley, and Mid-Atlantic. Severe gusts may also be focused this afternoon and evening over the Ozarks vicinity and the Raton Mesa and adjacent South Central Great High Plains. So, that's the outlook for today. So, stay safe in the affected areas both today and tomorrow, and I will have the Day 2 Outlook video soon, so stay tuned for the Day 2 Outlook video, which I will have out very soon.